Wizards of the West Coast. Tapping out, slinging spells. I hate your deck. We want to give you the true LGS experience. We show up, sling spells, and have fun. Now meet our players for this episode.
What's up, everyone? It's Lynch from I Hate Your Deck with more spicy people or salty. Who is the saltiest? We'll figure out.
Out of all 31 flavors, I think today's salt.
I like cayenne pepper. Let's see what we do with that. I'm Lynch, and I'm here to play Anikthea today on I Hate Your Deck because I love playing paper magic with my friends, and I like trying to do enchantment demigod stuff with this enchantment creature, which has menace. It's a 4/4. Other enchantment creatures you control have menace. Whenever Anikthea enters the battlefield or attacks, exile up to one target non-aura enchantment card from your graveyard. Create a token that's a copy of the card, except it's a 3/3 black zombie, a creature in addition to its other types. I'm hopefully gonna mill myself, or if you destroy my enchantments, hopefully I can get them back by exiling them and turning them into zombies so I can keep my enchantments.
What colors
around.
is that in again?
Yeah, thank you for asking. It is 2 colorless, white, black, and green for the Hand of Erebos. Demigod 4/4.
Totally not good enchantment. Yeah, the worst colors for enchantments ever.
Definitely going Value Town enchantments.
Nice.
White, black, green.
What's up, everybody? I'm Larry, aka Villainous Killstash, back here playing Valduk, Keeper of the Flame, 3/2 human shaman in mono red who has the ability at the beginning of combat on your turn for each aura and equipment attached to Valduk, Keeper of the Flame, create a 3/1 red elemental creature token with trample and haste. Exile those tokens at the beginning of the next instance. So aura and equipment, don't be fooled, I'm not doing mono red auras because, yeah. So it's more mono red equipment.
There's fire breathing and then like fire breathing with some other stuff.
Moving on, we're playing equipment. Mono red equipment. This is kind of Voltron, kind of go wide. The more I go tall, the wider I get to go with his triggered ability and some fun little shenanigans, hopefully.
And fire breathing?
But he's the keeper of the flame. He is the duck, and he's gonna bring the heat.
Here's my redemption song. Lord of the Nazgul. And it's me, Manny. I'm back. Lynch, thanks for having me. Fellas, I'm ready to blast and sling some spells. Lord of the Nazgul, I can't quit you. I'm here, I want to produce some wraiths by casting spells that are going to do things to you. Flying, wraiths you control have protection from ring bearers. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, I create a 3/3 black wraith creature token with menace. Then if you control 9 or more wraiths you control have a base power and toughness of 9/9 until end of turn. So I go wide, I make a lot of wraiths. I have a lot of interaction to kind of stop you guys from doing stuff. And I just threw in some Doctor Who spice because there was some nice like clone cards in there that I'm excited to hopefully test out today.
Sean, back again, ready to play some Magic with some of my best friends here to play Magic with. Here today to play Ezuri, Stalker of Spheres, or as I like to call him, the road dog, Jesse James. He's a 3/3 for 2 and a green and blue. When Ezuri, Stalker of Spheres enters the battlefield, you may pay 3 colorless. If you do, proliferate twice. And then he also says, whenever you proliferate, draw a card, which is obviously the best thing to do in Magic. So I'm looking to play some obviously spicy proliferation effects. So yes, there is like some toxic and some infect stuff in here, because I always need stuff to proliferate, you know? I'm not really going more planeswalker-y.
You want to share with us,
yeah,
is what you're saying.
Yeah, I like to just like bring everybody together through the power of infect and toxic.
Magnanimous, dude.
My wife likes infect.
So I've heard, yes.
Hey guys, if you want to support our show, you can join our Patreon so we can help keep the lights on and keep shows coming to keep showing you spicy magic, spicy combos or no combos or spicy jank. And you can talk to me in the Discord or play with a bunch of other fans around the world in the Discord. So check out and support our Patreon. We appreciate it. If you're playing with new people you don't know, it's always good to have a Rule Zero or pregame conversation to talk about your deck, to try to find a good power level that you can all play at so you can maximize your fun.
I hate your deck.
Let's roll and see who goes first.
Okay.
1.
6, 5.
Okay, so Sean goes first.
I will draw first. I always do that. And then I will play this Temple of Mystery. It is a scry land that basically enters the battlefield tapped. When it does, I scry 1. It taps for a green and a blue. I will scry 1, and they will keep that on top and pass the turn.
All right, I will draw for turn. I'll play a Watery Grave. It'll come in tapped, and I'll pass the turn.
Draw, mountain, say go.
Draw. So no one has white. All right, well, it matters when I'm playing an Exotic Orchard.
There you go.
For a turn, and then passing the turn.
Indeed. Untap, upkeep. Oh my gosh, it's that card that I kept on top. I will play that card. It is a Phyrexian Island. Tap for 2, and I will cast this Gyre Sage, whatever. It's a 1/2 elf druid with evolve. Means whenever a creature enters the battlefield under my control, if that creature has greater power or toughness than this creature, put a +1/+1 counter onto this creature. It also has tap, add 1 green mana to your mana pool for each +1/+1 counter onto Gyre Sage. Almost got through.
You almost did.
After that, I passed the turn.
Untap
It's true, you do have access to blue mana.
for turn.
Turn 1.
In my white, black, green deck.
You never know.
I will play the Reliquary Tower, pass the turn after that. I thought I had something to do, but
Untap, upkeep, draw. Mountain is my land for turn.
I'm already scared.
I'll pay 2 and cast a Mind Stone. An artifact tap, add 1 colorless to my mana pool. And I can pay 1, tap, and sacrifice Mind Stone to draw a card. I'll pass.
Draw for turn. Play a forest. I have a decision to make.
an important decision.
It's important.
A decision Manny might have to counter decision.
No, what? No.
I'm tapping 2 and just casting a Farseek. Jeez.
That doesn't sound like much of a decision.
Counter. No.
I will read Farseek for those who don't know it. Search the library for a plains, island, swamp, or mountain card. Put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. My land that will
Booties.
definitely have white and something in it. Either it'll be the 3 or it'll be a dual. I understand. I don't know what color I'll play.
That's why the Triumph is the best. Yeah.
All right, so I will take my turn. Untap, draw. I'll tap for 2, and I'm gonna cast a Simic Ascendancy. It's nothing crazy.
It wins
It's
the
not a
game
big
like 6
deal.
turns from now.
It's an enchantment. It says pay 1 colorless, green and blue, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature I control. And then it says whenever 1 or more +1 counters are put on a creature I control, put that many growth counters on Simic Ascendancy. At the beginning of your upkeep, if Simic Ascendancy has 20 or more growth counters on it, you win the game.
I might have a response. This is.
Really?
Wow.
De veras,
Dude, you
Manolo?
should not let that fucking card resolve. That's
I know.
such the lamest way to win
Eres
the show.
responsable.
I've given Randy so much shit for playing that card in the show when we killed him.
Say-
Oh, there it is, the Triumph. I do have the Triumph.
Oh, Sean.
Oh,
sorry,
You
bro.
can be cut.
Oh, shucks, my ascendancy,
Civic
man.
Citizen, he's just like, I get it. I get 20 counters.
I'll give you a bird, though.
Swan song.
Really? Oh, cool. All right.
I got a bird.
Really, dude.
There we go.
Hey,
Hero of the day. Stop the game from being.
You evolve your Gyre Sage,
And
which
your
is what
Gyre
you should have
Sage.
done anyway.
That's what I was looking to do if that resolved.
What, put a +1 counter on it?
Yeah, eventually. He gets a +1/+1 counter from the bird entering the battlefield because of his evolve. Second main phase, I'm going to play this Simic Growth Chamber, bouncing this Phyrexian Island back to my hand, and then I will pass the turn.
I will untap, draw for turn, play an island. I'm going to tap 3, 1 black from the Watery Grave, and I will cast the Nazgul. Death Touch. When Nazgul enters the battlefield, the ring will tempt me. So the ring will tempt me. I'll make the Nazgul my ring bearer. The second part of the card reads, whenever the ring tempts you, you put a 1/1 counter on each wraith that I control. It's the only wraith I currently have, and my ring tempt is at 1 currently. Your ring bearer is legendary and can't be blocked by creatures with greater power. After that, I'll go ahead and pass the turn.
Untap, upkeep, draw. I'll play a mountain as my land for turn, and then I'll pay 4 and cast Big Mindstone, aka Hedron Archive. Tap to add for 2 generic mana, pay 2 and sacrifice it, draw 2 cards, limited time only. I pass the turn after making my Hedron Archive.
I will untap and draw for turn. Tap 2, cast a Selesnya Signet. I just drew it. I feel a lot safer in life right now. I'll tap the land to tap the Signet to cast Mesmericorp, which says whenever a permanent becomes untapped, that permanent's controller mills a card.
Oh.
I will then play a tapped Myriad Landscape, and that will conclude my turn.
I don't like Mesmericorp.
I'm milling for each.
Anytime you untap a permanent, you mill a card. For each
This-
permanent you untap.
All right, I will untap. Untapping 2 permanents mills me 2 cards. Rhystic Study. And Karn's Bastion.
Rhystic Study, guys, that's good. That's
I'll pay 1. Fuck it. I'm gonna cast Noxious Revival. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm gonna pay 2 life. Casting Noxious Revival, putting Rhystic Study on top of my library.
At least we made him pay for it.
I'll draw it for turn.
Oh,
He did not want to let go of that study, huh?
no.
I'll play Orin Reef of the Vastwood as my land for turn. I will tap and cast the Rhystic Study. It is an enchantment. It says whenever an opponent plays a spell, you may draw a card unless that player pays 1.
Good times here.
Yeah.
I think the salt bomb is just flowing downhill.
Oh yeah. That
getting bigger and bigger.
You feeling a little salty, are you?
Mesmeric orb into. All right, what's Manny got for us?
Well,
coming
the
our
Noxus
way?
was initially because I wanted to get, I was like, oh, I'm gonna get these guys, I'm gonna get that Simic Ascendancy back, you sons of guns. And then that went in the graveyard, and I was like,
Oh, and then all of
Rhystic
your
Study.
conviction went out the window for Rhystic Study.
All of it.
You got tempted. So are you going to combat?
I think I am.
Reflexively looks at me.
He was thinking kill Larry World Peace. I
You're
like
gonna
I
cast your
saw him kill
commander,
Larry World
and
Peace.
Mesmeric
probably be able
orb?
to make it. So then I will go to combat. I will split the difference, and I will swing the Gyre Sage at Larry for 2, and the Bird at Lynch for 2.
I have no
2
blocks.
on the ground. That will conclude my turn. I will pass to you, Manny.
So let me get this straight. I'm gonna untap my 3 land and then mill 3 cards.
Yeah, but you're winning because you're at 40.
Thanks. I'll untap 3, mill 3. A Nazgul, Malicious Affliction, and a Spark Double.
That's good. We should be happy for that.
Yeah.
I'm helping everyone at the table right now. This is all good.
Nazgul. I'm gonna play an Ancient Tomb.
The Nazgul come.
Yep, I'll tap the tomb and an island, and I will also play Rhystic Study.
Do you pay the tax?
I will pay the tax. I'm gonna move to combat, and you know, Sean, you were kind and didn't swing on me, so I'm not gonna swing on you. Larry, I'm not gonna swing on you. Lynch,
How big is
yeah,
it?
it's a 2.
2?
Yeah, 2. Oh, no,
so I
I'm
go to
sorry.
36?
Oh, yeah, 2-3, 2-3.
30, so I lose 2.
You lose 2, yeah.
I took it.
For that, I'll go ahead and pass the turn.
Dude, I'm like so angry. I'm just like tasting blood and salt in my mouth.
What?
My mustache is
He
bleeding.
hates Rhystic Study.
Oh, and he has 2 of them?
There's 2
there's
of
2
them.
of
Dude, a mono red dealing with 2 Mystic
Oh, I'm
Studies?
sorry. I untapped 4 permanents. I gotta mill those. Oops.
4 cards.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. See, I'm playing things like Bonesaw. You know what I'm saying?
Is ready?
Yeah, that was.
Bonesaw is a staple for Valduk decks, dude. Every Valduk deck is gonna play Bonesaw.
It sounds like that should be a staple.
I mean,
Bones.
what else are you doing in a Valduk deck?
I hate you
I hate
guys
your deck. You don't hate
so
us.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
And by hate, you mean you love us.
How many cards do you guys have in hand?
4.
4.
4.
Oh, because just as will?
Manny, if I give you a card this time around, will you not counter any spell of mine? Wow. Like for the next 2 turns? I'm not making
2
anything
turns.
great.
2 turns. I'll give you 1 turn.
This turn? I want something not countered next turn.
I'll give you that guarantee right now, Larry.
Will you?
Wow.
Is there a bidding war?
You're
You
damn
guys
right
are both
there is.
dumb.
If
If you guys take that, that's what I'm like, that's
Yeah,
dumb.
yeah. Every time I've made a deal
Larry,
with Larry.
Alfred, anyone who's on this show should be like, you two know
want
him
a
long enough.
So,
Don't be dumb.
so I'm trying to fight back against the hegemony of Rhystic Study here.
I hear why you're
I'm
doing
just
it.
a little guy,
saying.
dude. They call me the duck. Okay, you
get
guys
one turn
have
from me.
blue.
Yeah, you got 1 turn from me.
Is it this
Next
turn?
This turn.
No, next turn.
Can't, man. Dude,
Then you
that's
don't
all-
draw a card.
All right. Ouch.
I'm gonna pay 3 and cast a double taxed prying blade.
Attaboy.
What is that?
Double
Attaboy.
taxed.
Yeah.
Double tax, let's get him.
I'll pay 3 and cast a Goblin Engineer. It's a 2-mana spell. I am paying the tax on Manny's Rhystic Study. You're an imposter. He had the first one. When Goblin Engineer enters the battlefield, you may search your library for an artifact card, put it into your graveyard, then shuffle your library. Then I can pay red and tap him, sacrifice an artifact, return target artifact card with converted mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield.
He is good.
It is quite good.
Kind of makes that Mesmeric Orb not so bad.
It's a Duretti staple for sure.
Yeah,
So
oh
it's
yeah,
like,
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put Skull Clamp in my graveyard.
Oh, the clamp.
All right.
Jed
Making
Clamp it.
moves.
That's like Rhystic Study-esque.
And then I'll pass the turn. It's,
We don't even get a choice, you just get to do it.
yeah, but I have to have a few things go my way. Unreal, dude. The salt flows like wine here at the Catalina.
Okay, I'll untap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'll mill 5. Legion, Loyalty, Elvish, Activist, Canopy, Unleashed, Plains, Swamp, that's 5. Draw for turn. I'm going to go ahead and tap for 5, and I'm going to cast my commander.
Taxed?
I am not paying the taxes.
No response.
No response.
ETB effect, when she enters the battlefield, exile or attacks. Exile up to 1 target non-enchantment card from your graveyard. Create a token that's a copy of that card, except it's a 3/3 zombie indigent other types. When Hand of Erebos enters the battlefield, I'll exile Cacophony Unleashed. When it enters the battlefield, if you cast it, destroy all non-enchantment creatures, which is not going to happen because I didn't cast it. Yeah. Whenever Cacophony Unleashed or another enchantment enters the battlefield under your control until end of turn, Cacophony Unleashed becomes a legendary 6/6 Nightmare God with creature with Menace and Death Touch, but it's still an enchantment.
So right now it's a 6/6.
6/6 for now, which will then at my end of
Menace
turn.
and trample, but not haste.
6/6 Menace and Death Touch Nightmare God.
Cacophony.
And then I pass the turn because they're summoning sick.
So I will go to untap.
Mill 5.
Mill 5. Milling Contentious Plan, Lightning Greaves, Breeding Pool, Island, and Fathom Mage. Some pretty good stuff. Draw for turn. I will play this Phyrexian Island as my land for turn. You have 2 creatures, you have a creature, you have a creature. Tap for 3 mana using my Simic Growth Chamber, 2, and Oran Reef for 1. Cast, oh man, it comes in tap too. Ooh, you're bugging me. I'm gonna cast a Glistening Sphere. It enters the battlefield, taps. When it enters the battlefield, I proliferate.
Taxed or not?
Untaxed. Forgot you have one too. Has Corrupted as well. Tap to add 3 mana of any 1 color. Activate only if an opponent has 3 or more poison counters. No one has any poison counters at present. I will have a proliferate trigger. I'll proliferate my Gyre Sage, so now it can tap for 2 mana. I hate to do it, but I have to feed it again.
Dude, seriously?
I'm gonna tap for 4 and cast Defense of the Heart. I will, it was untaxed, so you may draw a card. I'll then pass the turn after that.
You should just run that card in every green deck, huh? Makes sense.
It's a good card. I mean, I like it. It's fun. It kind of does some things.
Untap 4. Ring Wraiths, Ring Sight.
Sight. How many rings you want? I got Ring Wraiths. I got Ring Sight.
Another Nazgul. And an island. Yes, I do want to point out, when the ring tempts you, I can return the ring rates from your graveyard to your hands, giving you guys a heads up. I'm going to play an island. I'm going to go ahead and tap 3 here, 1 black from the Watery Grave. I will play another Nazgul. When this Nazgul comes in, both of the Nazguls will trigger. I'll get tempted.
I have to ask you, since you're casting it.
Sure.
Do you pay the Rhystic Study tax?
I will pay the Rhystic Study
You
tax.
fiend.
So when it comes in, both of the Nazguls are going to trigger off of the ring tempt, which goes up to 2. I'll keep him as the ring bearer, but they will both get 2 +1/+1 counters. So this will go up to 3.
They trigger each other.
They trigger each other.
Trigger.
Exactly. As a result of getting tempted by the ring, Ring Wraith reads, when the ring tempts you, return ring rates from your graveyard to your hand. So the ring rates is coming back to my hand.
Very good.
Okay, and I think I'm gonna swing with this little doodad.
You should definitely hit the person with Defense
Captain
of the Heart.
Defense of the Heart.
Dude, that's the biggest threat on the table right now. And he knows it. That's why he's trying to placate. He knows Defense of the Heart.
I'm gonna swing on you, Sean, for 3. Can you read Defense of the Heart, Sean?
During your upkeep, if one of your opponents controls 3 or more creatures, sacrifice it. Search your library for up to 2 creature cards, put them into play.
Can we blow up the thing before we commit more to the board? That way we don't just lose on Sean's turn?
And get through while he can get through.
All right, I'm gonna swing on you, Sean, for 4. Remember, you can't block it with anything larger.
I'm gonna say, yeah, based on the board state, you got Rhystic and a Defense of the Heart. You have a very healthy. These are spotlight cards.
Yeah,
if there's ever a spotlight card.
Well, he's got 1 too.
I didn't say that's not a spotlight. It's just you two. You have 2 spotlights. He's got 1 spotlight.
Yeah,
and
Nazgul already.
that is a problem.
You know
but
what
it's his turn. I can't tell him to hit himself with his Nazgul.
So-
I can just say, hey, throw those Nazgul at the Defense
I
of the
know,
Heart
so that's why I
guy.
have to say it myself, that like, don't trigger the defense and it won't get you.
If I can try to do something about it, I will.
Okay. There's an attack trigger because the Nazgul is a ring bearer, so I'll draw a card, discard a card, and it comes at you for 4.
For 4 damages.
Yes, it is a 4/5.
I will take, oh, your guys have Menace.
Mine do.
He'll have Menace when he attacks me.
I'll go ahead and discard the ring
I
wraith.
don't like.
That seems smart.
No blocks, I'll take 4.
That is the end of my turn. I'll go ahead and pass.
So untap, triggers Mesmeric War by mill 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Wandering Archaic.
Yeah, Wandering.
Yeah, that's a good card
not
that I'll
an
never
effect.
get to play.
Can't bring it
God.
back.
It's pretty cool.
The kill stash is in deep thought.
He is.
Deep Thoughts with Jack Handy. If anyone is old enough to remember that, he's watching the show. And if you're young, check out Deep Thoughts with Jack Handy. You guys remember that?
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
Deep
yeah.
Thoughts.
Deep thoughts.
It's mono red, Larry. There's not many deep thoughts to have, bro.
That's what the memes say.
Shots fired.
All the kids say with the memes, mono red is just tap
Damn,
in place.
bruh.
Larry's having a
Chaos
beautiful
Warp-
mind moment,
Chaos-
dude. All the numbers are swimming
Chaos
behind
warp the
him.
defense of the heart after you've put up that big old thing, dude.
If I was in red, I would 100% Chaos Warp that card.
I'll
Yeah.
pay 1, activate Goblin Engineer, sacrifice Prying Blade to bring back Skull Clamp. I'll pay 3 and cast a double untaxed duck.
Double untaxed.
Double plus
deck.
untaxed.
Double plus untaxed.
So both of you fuckers draw.
I'll pay 1 and equip the duck with a Skull Clamp.
The duck.
Don't give a fuck.
I will move to end my first main phase and go to combat. At the beginning of combat, I'm doing the thing. At the beginning of combat, on your turn, for each aura and equipment, 1, I create a 3/1 red elemental with trample and haste. I exile that token at the beginning of the next end step. I will not attack,
Okay.
That's what I was confused by.
unfortunately. I'll pay 1 and Skull Clamp my little tramply 3/1.
I'll
Two
respond.
cards.
Just kidding.
Oh.
Sometimes I just like to see the look on his
I'll
face.
draw 2 cards. I'll play a Rogue's Passage, and I'll pay 1 and equip the Skull Clamp to Valduk. Passing the turn.
Untap 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Milling. Familiar Ground. Vault of Champions. Sylvan Library. Arcane Signet. Abandoned Mire. Then I would draw for turn. I told you I would do my best to take care of that card.
Yeah, he hasn't been sweating about it at all. He's just
I
using it as a vehicle
I
to
am
get damage on
absolutely
it.
sweating about that
I
card.
don't think
How can you not sweat if that card is
when
out
you know
there?
you have the answer.
Doesn't
Much
matter.
sweat.
Someone could still stop that answer.
Things are quite sweaty right now, dude.
I'll tap 3. I'm going to cast Setestan Champion. The Human Warrior, 1/3. Whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1 counter on Setestan Champion.
Do you tax that
Not taxed.
for either?
You both draw?
Yeah.
Yep, we drew.
I will go to combat. I'm going to swing both of these at Sean. Tack trigger. I'll have Legion Loyalty come in, which is an enchantment that creatures you control have Myriad.
That doesn't trigger it,
Doesn't
right?
trigger this turn, but it is a 3/3 zombie in addition to its other types. The Cacophony Unleashed will trigger itself, making it a 6/6 Death Touch Menace. Setestan Champion will also trigger, getting a +1, and I draw a card. Now we're in blockers. This won't trigger because it has to be when I've attacked, and I'm already attacking.
And you're attacking Larry and Manny, right?
I'm coming at you with this. I'm going
Sean, the great deflection.
Oi.
for your horrible
I can't
threats and how
block
much
it.
card draw you
I
had.
have no
He
blockers
doesn't have
for,
card draw.
for Menace, so I guess I will be taking 10 damage. 4 of it being Commander. I go to 24.
Second main phase, right? We're clearly in second main now. Told you, made my word.
Yep.
I'll tap 3, and I'll generous gift the Defense of the Heart, because I don't want you to have a blocker.
Do you pay the tax?
I can't.
Wow. Lynch, you're a hero.
I told you I did.
Yeah, you did.
But it's still
Look
good
at these blue guys, dude. Look at these smug,
You do get a 3/3 elephant.
self-satisfied blue guys.
I got it. I don't want your
Says the
elephant.
red
You're
guy.
like, I'll draw my own damn elephant.
I'm just a red mage going to work every day at the brick factory.
And I played a forest for
firing
turn
bricks
already.
to build the ivory towers that you lot cast your counter spells from.
Pass to you, end step, no end step triggers. That's all you.
Untap, upkeep. I will draw.
No upkeep trigger in Defense of the Heart, huh?
Nice.
We won't
6,
trigger. He's like, yes. Come on.
3, 4, 5, 6. Got 2 of the cards I would have got with Defense of the Heart anyway. So
Which one? Which 2?
my commander wasn't in play yet. Deadeye Navigator and Tyrannix Rex.
Guys, we're one step closer to Salty Sean.
Oh no, he's there.
But you did it to yourself. Ristic, Simic.
You wanted Salty Sean. He's here. Like Jesus
Guys,
Christ.
the truth
Fuck.
is, I'm the real victim. I'm caught between the two of you. Stop fighting. Defense of the Heart is gone though, right?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I just wanted to.
It
And
is.
there was his life in the gutter, the pieces of his broken defense of the heart.
Pay 2, cast an untaxed Thought Vessel for you.
Thank you.
I'll tap for 5,
Yep.
and I will cast Roalesque, Apex Hybrid. He's a 4/5 flying trample. When he enters the battlefield, put 2+1/+1 counters on another target creature I control. When he dies, proliferate, then proliferate again. He is a 4/5 flying trample.
Taxed, not taxed.
Untaxed for you. I'll put the 2+1 counters onto my Gyre Sage, if that resolves. Actually, you know what I think I can do is evolve and then do that, right? Because I can stack the triggers. So it would actually be, he comes into play, he's got 5 toughness, which is more than that. It would evolve this guy. Then I'll resolve his ETB trigger of him putting 2 more +1/+1 counters onto the Gyre Sage to 5. That is that, and I will pass the turn.
I'm gonna go ahead and untap and mill 5. Swamp, swamp, ooh, Deadly Rollick, Island, Kindred Discovery. Yikes, okay.
Manny's not drawn anywhere near enough cards.
Yeah, I know, right when I was ready to draw a few more, you know? Play a swamp for turn. I'll tap for 5 and a black and a blue. Ancient Tomb will do 2 damage to me. I'll go ahead and play the Lord of the Nazgul. Flying. Wraiths you control have protection from ring bears. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, create a 3/3 black wraith creature token with menace. Then if you control 9 or more wraiths you control have the base power and toughness 9/9 until end of turn. So Lord of the Nazgul is out.
Do you tax that?
I will not tax it.
Did the salt level go down at all?
A little bit.
A little bit? Okay.
Because he had the mana.
I just want to stay alive.
Don't we all staying alive?
I'm gonna declare attackers. I'm gonna send the 4/5 at you, Lynch, and I'll send the 3/4 at you, Larry. Remember, they have Death Touch, and this one has Menace.
I will take 3.
All right, and then on
You said mine was 4?
yeah, yours is 4, and then on attack, the ring bearer will trigger the ring. I'll go ahead and draw and discard. Draw, and I'll discard an island. And I'll go ahead and pass the turn.
Let's see what Lair Bears got.
Untap 7 permanents. I'll mill 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Thank you, Miss Maricorp.
Some
Trigger.
decent ones in there.
Yeah, some pretty cool stuff. It's great. I'll
helping you.
draw for turn. I'll play a War Room as my land for turn. Pay 1 and cast an untaxed leather armor. That is an equipment. Equipped creature gets +0/+1 and has Ward 1. It also has Equip 0, activate only once each turn. Resolves.
I pass priority.
I will go ahead and move to equip to Valduk.
That kind of makes him hell-bent.
I'll then pay a red to activate Goblin Engineer, tapping him to sacrifice Mind Stone to return Hand of Vecna from my graveyard to the battlefield. Hand of Vecna, legendary artifact equipment. At the beginning of combat on your turn, equipped creature or a creature you control named Vecna gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of cards in your hand. Equip, pay 1 life for each card in your hand, or equip 2 generic. I will move to equip, paying 4 life, for I have 4 cards in hand.
It's a life pay. It's crazy. That's also D&D
Pain.
too, right?
Yes, it is the Hand of Vecna. Yeah. Okay, and at the beginning of combat on my turn, it will get +X. +X.
Pretty beefy on the whole.
I will declare battle.
You're in battle.
That will trigger 2 things, Valduk and the Hand of Vecna. Hand of Vecna will give Valduk +4 on the turn. The 3 equipments I control will generate 3 3/1 elementals with trample and haste. And I will swing everything, I believe, on Michael Lynch, because this is currently 8/6. So this will go at Manny, my 8/6 with Ward 1, and then all 3 of these dudes are gonna go at Lynch.
I will block and kill one of them with my 2/4 Citan.
2/4.
He's a 1/3 and he's got a +1 counter.
Oh, gross. Okay.
So I kill one and then I take 6.
Salt level decreasing.
So in response to that,
In response, so I pass priority, you pass priority.
Yeah.
yeah.
So prior to blocks?
Yeah, prior to blocks. Pay 4 life and play Dismember.
Who's member?
And I'm gonna dismember your commander, Lynch.
Do you tax that?
I don't tax it.
Okay.
Okay, so I took the damage already, took the 4, That'll make me a Wraith off of the Lord of the Nazgul.
So just -4, -4.
-5, -5. I'll make a Wraith.
And you'll block with the Wraith.
So then I'll go ahead and tap for a black, and I'm going to Tragic Slip for -13/13, playing the ward cost on your commander, Larry. Making one more Wraith.
Sword level decreasing. Next to minimal. Do you tax the...
I can't tax.
That guy.
Yeah.
So you're gonna target my commander with that.
Yeah.
Definitely a high impact play.
I'm gonna respond and go for the actual Hail Mary. I'll pay 2 and crack Hedron Archive, drawing 2 cards.
What the hell?
See what you got.
Needed Bolt Bend. Bolt Bend would have been...
The Larry special.
Would have been pretty sick. So Valduk will die, and I'll draw 2 more cards. Then we go to blocks.
I will block and kill one of your trample guys.
Okay, and then you'll take 6.
6.
Okay.
All right, the Duke of Dumpsters eats it.
I'll play a mountain as my land for turn. I'll pay 1 and Skull Clamp this elemental. And then I'll pay 1 and Skull Clamp the Goblin Engineer. That will be my turn.
All right, untap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Deathcap Blade, Beast Within, Weaver of Harmony, Ganjo, 1, 2. Mind Rack, Harpy, and Carthar's Crusade. So I need one more. Tribute to the World Tree. All right, it's my turn. All right, I'll shock in a Templed Garden, losing 2 life. I'm gonna tap 6. I'm gonna cast Ethereal Absolution. Creatures you control get +1/+1. Creatures your opponents control get -1/-1. It also has the ability to colorless, white-black, exile target card from opponent's graveyard. If it was a creature card, you create a 1/1 black spirit creature token with flying.
That's gonna kill Goblin Engineer from the static ability, because this currently has 1 toughness.
Before
and
that's
getting
resolved, sorry.
-1.
Do you tax it? There's 2 Ristics.
I will pay for Manny's.
All right.
The Disavow.
Oh, Mr. Lynch. It's been noted.
Because I casted an enchantment, this is going to trigger. It's going to go to a 6
yeah.
base. This is going to trigger. This is going to take it to a 2. And I draw a card.
Yep.
So I'm going to go to attacks. I'm going to swing everything at Larry, which is going to then trigger my Myriad, which is going to create 1 at you, 1 at you, 1 at you, 1 at you.
Wait, why is everything getting myriad?
Because
Creatures you
I can-
control have Myriad.
Creatures.
Yeah.
So it spreads it to all the 3 creatures. So as I attack him, 1 goes to you, 1 goes to you, so I create 2 of each.
These 2 are gonna die because they're legendary.
This is still gonna trigger
Yeah,
1, 2, 3, 4,
yeah.
5, 6.
So you're just hitting me for a ton.
I have a bunch of ETBs that are gonna happen, right? So they all enter at the same time. So I have 6 triggers, so I'm going to have 8 +1 counters onto to test and champion.
And 6 draw.
But this is
triggers.
gonna see these 2. Okay, so 1,
Then
2, 3, 4,
this
5,
comes in.
6.
And
Sure did a great job killing Valduk.
4. Each of these copies will come in and see 4 because these 2 came in before they died, and these 2 come in.
So these 2 test champions get 4.
You'll get 8 more draw triggers. These then will exile because of the legendary rule, and you're left with the 3 Legion Loyalty tokens and the 3 Setessan Champion and the Cacophony. One of each of these big boys attacking Manny and I,
Yeah, so this
and
is-
then these 3 still attacking Larry.
Correct. And there's already a +1/+1 on top of that.
And we
you
get a
guys
-1
buff.
negative.
So there's 21 coming at you.
So 10
Okay.
going at each of us. How much going at you, Larry?
21.
That's a big chunk. This is a tricky situation because I don't know if I want Rolesk maybe to die for my elephant chumping on the bigger one.
Okay.
And my Gyre Sage being able to block to kill the 4/4. He is a 5/6 currently with the -1/-. So those are my blocks.
And then you'll be left with no blockers, Lynch?
Yeah.
I'll take the 10.
So you go to 22. So these die.
Better than me. Yeah, these die.
Exile end of combat. We've now done end of combat since you guys all took your damages. These tokens now get exiled.
Salty Sean in the house.
Dude,
Now's your moment.
this was a whole biodome experience, man. My
Bye, hotel.
homeostasis is
I-
complete, dude.
Pass, it's your turn.
All right.
Oh, hold on. I actually had to discard. I had to discard.
okay.
Sorry,
Okay.
discard. 7. So I'll discard Forest, Undergrowth Stadium, and Underrealm Lich.
All right.
Officially your turn.
Excellent.
Untap and mill.
Untap and mill 6 cards. Yes. Gemstone Mine, Thirsting Roots, Simic Manipulator, a Viral Drake, Opal Palace, and a Soul Ring. Then I will draw. Okay.
This is approaching Mexican standoff territory.
Oh, we're already there.
100%.
Oh yeah.
Anyone swings out at anyone, they're dead from the other person.
Oh my gosh.
There's the only one who's not currently able to threaten anyone.
I'm,
Larry's the only one that's
I'm
like
innocent
But
bystander.
the three of us are all like, if one person swings out, the other one is dead.
Yeah. This is a little intense.
Thing is, though, they have to try to kill you before you untap.
But if he swings out at me and kills me, then he swings out at him.
Absolutely. That's why they, not any individual.
Man, you don't tell me what to do. I'll try to do what I want.
You can do what you want.
Sorry, that
If
was
I
a
was
weird
you-
accent. I don't know what that took over.
Talk to Samson.
Sean, just remember everything you've been through this game.
Just
And
through a
who-
lot, dude.
get memory.
Yeah.
Been a lot.
The people who are scariest to you right now is me and Manny. If you kill me, Manny's ending your life. He
Oh, I
can
know.
probably he can do 20 damage on board right now, and if you leave the board, he can do 20 damage.
Sounds like Sean needs to just pass the turn and hold up mana.
Yeah, you should do what Blue do.
Make Manny do the dirty work.
Pass the turn. Exactly. Make Manny do it. That's how you kill it. That's priority bullying.
Dude,
you
you
pass
have
to Manny.
open-
You force
you have
Manny into
open
doing
dice.
something.
You guys should just basically
You
do
are
nothing
totally-
and force me to take
Wait
on
a minute. Wait a minute. You have open.
Dude, he's
you have
actually telling you
open
the best
people?
advice I've ever heard. You should
Oh
make
my
him use all
gosh.
his resources to kill
Sean,
me.
The two snake tongues are telling you they have no blockers, dude.
Look how
I'm
thick
gonna
his hand is. Look
swing
how
on
thick
these
his hand
guys,
is.
dude.
He's
This
got
is
another
what I'm getting.
Nazgul. They all trigger.
And his grip full of cards is then all the resources are going to be aimed at you. You'd be a fool to kill either one of us right now.
This is priority bullying, and I'm all for it.
I'm gonna play Yavimaya Coast as my land for turn.
Sean, I leave it in your hands, dude.
I'm going to tap for 3.
But on the other hand, if he was to kill you,
I'm gonna cast Flux Channeler.
Okay.
So 2/2. When you cast a non-creature spell, proliferate.
Do you text?
No. I did this a little out of order, but I'm gonna cast Prologue to Phyresis. Each opponent gets a poison counter.
Wait, did you tax the first spell?
No, Flux Channeler is untaxed. Casting the Prologue to Phyresis.
Untaxed.
Untaxed. Each opponent gets a poison counter. On cast, I get a Flux Channeler trigger. I'll proliferate on my Gyre Sage, but I do get to draw a card. So now I will tap for 1 blue, taking a damage, and 6, and I will cast Ezuri, Stalker of Spheres. When he ETBs, if I pay 3 colorless, I proliferate twice, and then whenever I proliferate, I draw a card.
did you pay 3?
So I am paying 1 blue and then tapping this for 6 and to add 6 mana and casting Ezuri. 3, yes.
So you proliferate twice on ETB.
I have to ask the blue player, does that resolve?
Yes.
Okay, so he enters the battlefield. I do pay the 3. I'll proliferate twice. So I will proliferate the poison counters on each of you guys. This guy will go up to 8. Now you guys are corrupted. My Glistening Sphere will tap for 3 mana. I will then pass the turn.
I'll untap. I'll have to mill 8.
Did I draw my cards for the proliferates? I did not. Sorry, I didn't draw for my proliferated twice. I draw a card for each time I proliferate.
Mill, Night's Whisper, Urza's Incubator, Claim the Precious Island, Sauron's Ransom, Toxic Deluge, Dark Ritual, and Snap. Go ahead and draw for turn. Play a command tower. I'll go ahead and tap the Ancient Tomb for 2.
Go to 20.
2, 1 blue, 3, 4, 5. I tap for 5. Not quite Cyclonic Rift, but I am going to play Raise the Palisade. Keep that Lord of the Ring flavor. Choose a creature type. I will choose Wraith. Return all creature types that aren't of the chosen type to their owner's hands.
Manny. Is that taxed?
No, it's not taxed.
I will draw.
That is a big answer, because those are tokens, except for my Setessan champion.
That's a pretty big.
Oh, he wins.
I have no response. I pass priority.
Lynch,
I have no response. I pass priority.
Sean.
I don't
Sean
think I can
doesn't
do it.
wanna
I'm
lose
gonna
this
tap
game.
for 3, floating 3 blue, and I'm gonna cast an offer you can't refuse. Well, on cast, I will get a Flux Channeler trigger, so I will proliferate and.
But I still have 2 floating blue, yeah?
Yeah, I still have 2 floating blue. Put counters on each of you guys' stuff and draw a card.
Do you pay the tax?
I don't pay the tax.
don't
I know
pay
you
the
already
tax.
have a counter spell. It says counter target non-creature spell. Its controller creates 2 treasure tokens.
I will respond and tap for 2 blue and cast a Mana Drain.
I pass priority because I have no response.
I've also passed priority.
Sean,
is
are you putting the rest of that mana to good use?
This is a waving of the
Are you
contest.
taxing it? Sorry.
Yeah, I'll tax it.
2 mana floating.
Blue and a
2
green.
blue. All right, so that's on the stack. I will use blue and a green,
Is 1 blue floating?
and I will cast an untaxed Serum Snare. On cast, I will get a proliferate trigger, so each of you will be proliferate out of 5, and then draw a card from Ezuri. Darn it. And then this says, return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. If that permanent had mana value 3 or less, proliferate.
And that was untaxed.
This is untaxed, correct. I think I have to, because I have 1 more blue floating. Using the Snare, I'm going to target this Nazgul.
Okay.
Then I'm going to use the last blue. You've cast this, I cast this. Then you've cast this, and in response I cast this.
Right.
This will resolve. Then this resolves countering this. And these go to the graveyard. This is still on the stack. That's what I would like to do.
Sure.
So Mana Drain resolves.
Well, you make them on cast.
So I have 2 because I have another one off of
Serum Snare is going to target this dude and resolve and return him to your hand.
Okay.
And I will proliferate from the resolution of that. So you guys will go to 6.
Oh boy.
I'll
And
draw
then
a
with
card.
that final mana?
I think he's made himself the threat again, huh?
With my last blue floating, I'm going to cast Pongify, targeting your Lord of the Nazgul. I'll get a trigger on Flux Channeler, which will proliferate onto you guys. 7. So I'll draw a card.
So you get a 3/3.
Sean, no tax on the Pongify, correct?
No.
Man,
Then
he can't
his
stay alive.
Palisades resolve.
So these guys were tokens that were exiled, so these are just gonna stay in exile since we're tokens. I was just using it so it's easier to read. Setessan was not a token that will go to my hand.
Nice, Manny. Nice with the wraiths.
Yeah. Sean, why'd you go do that, man? Well, we have to kill you.
Die.
Yeah. All right, Sean, you put the target on yourself. I'll go to combat, and I will go ahead and swing out on you with all my available wraiths. So 6.
6 damages, I cannot blow it.
All right, I played my land, and then I'll go ahead and pass the turn.
I untap 5 whole permanents. I will mill 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Seriously, dude? I mill Mana Geyser and Jessica's Will? That's horrible. I'll draw for turn. I'll play a mountain as my land for turn.
Not the Muffin Man. Larry's the Mountain Man.
And the hand
Don't
of
talk
Vecna.
to me about greed. I'll pay 4 and
What
or
do you mean?
6 and cast a double taxed the One Ring. I will pass the turn.
Untap 7, mill 7. Plains, Life from Loam, Canopy Vista, Song of the World Soul, Grasp of Fate.
Ooh,
So I have 1 more.
una más.
Exploration. Now I draw for turn. I'm gonna play a land. I'm just gonna do it because I'm here to play my commander. This is why we built the deck, right? Hand of Erebos will be out for 7.
Tax turn, tax.
Not text. Resolve?
Yep.
So she ETBs. I think I'm gonna target Demon of Fate's Design, which will actually only be a 3/3, not a 6/6. Then there's an ability that says, once during each of your turns, you may cast an enchantment spell by paying life equal to its mana value rather than paying its mana cost. So I'm able to do that.
what
I'm
does it let
also
you do?
going to, I can just pay life instead of once a turn.
Okay.
And I can play an enchantment.
Okay.
I will pay 4 life, and I will cast Grave Pact.
Untaxed or taxed, yeah.
Untaxed.
Okay.
Whenever a creature you control dies, each other player sacrifices a creature. Move to pass my turn.
All right, shipped. I will untap mill 7. Milling Infectious Bite, Island, Tangled Islet, another island, that's 4. Worldly Tutor is 5. 6 with Astral Cornucopia, and 7 with Waterlogged Grove. I will draw for turn. Tap 3, cast a Flux Channeler.
That's gonna kill us.
I will,
Hold on, I have a response to it.
I'm not gonna tax it.
I will go ahead, pay 1 life, ditch a brainstorm to cast a Force of Will.
Do you tax it?
I cannot tax it.
I will draw.
That doesn't sound like he's got the answer.
Flux Channeler is countered.
But you have been drawing, how many, you have been drawing a lot of cards.
I do have a lot of cards.
All right, let's see if you got it. I'm gonna tap for 3 and cast an Evolution Sage.
Is that proliferate too?
When he plays a land.
I don't have anything.
I will pay the tax. I don't want you to have.
Larry's happy.
I'll play a Command Tower.
Proliferate.
I will tap for 4 and cast the jankiest card to try to win the
Shroud
game.
Claim.
Expand the sphere. Look at the top 6 cards of your library. Put up to 2 land cards from among them onto the battlefield tapped, and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. If you put fewer than 2 lands onto the battlefield this way, proliferate a number of times equal to the difference.
That's gonna win
Okay.
the game. I guess I have to respond now. Tap the 1 ring, put a burden counter on it, draw a card. Manny,
Okay.
there's a tax. He didn't tax that spell either.
Right? So how did you pay for 4 mana? I will go ahead and exile the evolution stage just in case, and I won't pay the Ristic to see if you. Oh wow! I guess I have to pay yours so I can stop you from drawing into it. So I'll pay yours and not pay yours to see if you can draw a counter. Deadly Rollick on the stack.
I have no response since you are.
It's free, which it says if you control your commander, you may cast a spell without paying its mana cost. Exile target creature.
One more man.
You drew?
Sadly, I drew my card. Don't have a response.
Salt level decreasing.
You have no response.
No.
And now I can't do my Boseiju. Not that it matters anyway.
All right, expand the sphere. Look at the top 6 cards of my library. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hey, look at that. I don't put any lands on the battlefield. I'll proliferate twice, and you guys will be at.
Oh my god, dude, we died to proliferate of all the things.
I mean, that's how that deck wins, dude. It proliferates.
Exactly, it proliferates to be it +1 counters, infect counters.
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
Quite the
The guy who got
The guy with Simic Ascendancy,
salty.
with Ristic Study the whole game.
My graveyard is bigger than my library, okay?
I did my job.
You did, the Mesmeric Orb did its job. I did also have, since the very beginning of the game, a Boseiju, but I figured the goodwill I was getting from him letting me draw,
Dude, I was
and
holding the
Mesmeric Orb
Boseiju. I
not
was
really
like-
doing much against me, was like, fine. Like, I never had a real threat to have to use it unless it was like one of your crazy enchantments, and I was willing to take the life loss so long as I could mitigate keeping some creatures alive. And the turn where you were bouncing
the
everything,
myriad thing, you were cool with him getting an attack with that?
it wasn't that much damage coming at me, and I could block one of it. And
He
chill.
blocked all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was able to stop all of it.
Yeah.
Well, listen, dude, you got salty, but somehow you still turned your salt into spice. You're like the Jesus of Magic right now, from salt to spice. Come with the Dune resurrection. Where's your sandworms next?
I think the salt from his tears kind of maybe cleared his vision a
Little
little
bit,
bit.
yeah.
A little
Hey,
bit.
did you
That's
feel
what it
better
is,
though that
dude.
you got to
Yeah,
get more,
yeah, I
your
was
deck
so
got to do its
close.
thing?
Yeah, I think that if Sean didn't have a response to my responses, I probably would have taken the game next.
Had
It was
ups
the
and
best of
downs.
times. It was the
Yeah.
worst of times.
yeah.
You salty fuck.
Yeah.
I had ups, I had downs.
You had ups and downs. You were down for a little bit.
Yeah.
You were like, I hate
Yeah.
everyone and
I
everybody.
was so salty. Apparently-
Neither of these dudes were ever really down, dude.
Well,
Ever.
you
You're
guys
never
were
really
always
down,
doing pretty
dude.
healthy.
Like,
I took
my
there was like a little
Yeah.
tiny twig in your wheels at one
Yeah.
point, but you were like, oh, I've got this Ristic Study and I'm living the high life, you know?
yeah,
Like,
Dude,
I need to learn to play
Mystic
this.
Study was a problem for us dealing with you. that was
Yes,
for sure.
yes. I'm just surprised, Sean. You had answers for all of my answers. Literally, Palisades came out. You came back from that.
You did let him draw. You could have paid some more than Ristic.
That's true.
I risked it for you to be able to draw into answers, but I was like, I need to do what I need to do because I'll still get triggers off my dude to like up this,
Yeah, both of you were playing
Count.
Russian roulette.
Yeah, we
Spinning
were.
the gun like, oh, let's see who
We
can
were,
let.
yeah, the
you gave us like
proliferating.
7 counters on one turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and it was also like deep into the game too. I mean, I played an instant speed card on a main phase.
Well, dude, thanks guys for coming over. Good win, Sean.
Yeah,
Hey,
Sean.
good game, bud. Good
Thanks.
game.
Thanks
Good
for
game,
doing
Hey, it's
Manny.
okay, Mike.
Good
Always a
game.
pleasure.
Larry.
Good game,
Guys.
Larry.
Sean, always a pleasure.
Hey guys, every other week, check out I Hate Your Deck. And if you want to support us, join our Patreon. I'm up in the Discord. You can talk to me, or you can play also with all of our fans from across the world in our Discord. So come hang out with us in our Discord. It's good. It's fun. Until then, see you every Friday. Peace. If you really want to support I Hate Your Deck, there's a lot of ways to help support us. Number one way is through Patreon. Patreon is a great place where you get to join our community. We have a Discord where we play a lot of Magic with our friends, and there's such a community of people from around the world in our Discord. So if you want access to our deck list, do you want to play Magic with a lot of people from all over the world and interact or help brew your decks, the I Hate Your Deck Discord through Patreon will help you get all that done. Hey, if you've been liking I Hate Your Deck, hit the like, subscribe, and ring that bell to get notifications when we have new episodes coming out. And we also have bonus episodes. If you want to see those bonus episodes that were too hot for YouTube, join our Patreon to check that out. I Hate Your Deck would like to thank our sponsor, No Pulp Media. It's where we're shooting right now, and it's where a lot of people come to record music or do podcasts. So if you're looking to do that, check out No Pulp Media here in Long Beach.
Hey everyone, it's time for the Patreon shoutouts. I'd like to thank Aiden Thor, T. Deity, and Brian Beckett. Thanks, guys.
If you want a shout out, you need to be a tier 4 or tier 5 patron where we give shout outs. Now, we love all of our patrons, but it's just one of the perks of being a tier 4 or tier 5 patron. Without you patrons, we wouldn't be where we are today, and we wouldn't be able to keep making content. So thank you so much for helping us make this show a reality, and we're really excited to keep bringing you great content for the years to come. I can't wait to be able to bring my son on the channel once he gets old enough, let me tell you.
I Hate Your Deck. Wizards of the West Coast. Tapping out and slinging spells. Wizards of the West Coast. Tapping out and slinging spells. I hate your deck. Wizards of the West Coast. I hate your deck. Wizards of the West Coast. I hate your deck. Join the I Hate Your Deck Patreon exclusive Discord to get the various benefits and be able to play Commander daily with people from around the world in our global community. I Hate Your Deck.